Greetings, this is the Stellar Flurry, and today I'll be recording Infinity Nikki. We'll be doing the mini quests that are a part of the event right now. So let's do Shadows Between the Pages, since I'm close enough to that. That's not the one I wanted to do. Don't worry, Nikki Saves the Lanshan Realm is based on Nikki's real adventures. It's our most popular script. We'll have enough people to fill all the roles in no time. Master Du, is it really you? If you're here, does that mean the White Jade is touring the Lanshan Realm? Nikki, Momo, it's been a long time. This is a bit embarrassing. Lately I've been struggling with the new compositions, so I parted from the White Jade with a few crew members, setting out in a small boat in search of inspiration. Let me guess, a sudden storm swept you into the water, and you woke up here. Exactly. I got separated from the others as well. I managed to contact the White Jade, but this place is hard to reach, so it might take them a while to get here. Earlier, while wandering around, I noticed the main character in Nikki Saves the Lanshan Realm looks a lot like you. I was curious, so I decided to stop by. Momo? Heh, Nikki is incredible. One of a kind. I did help out a little here, but wasn't this place used for getting character tokens before? What's with the script? Miss Nikki, ever since you helped lift the curse, things have changed so much. The place where we used to draw character tokens has been turned into scripted performance venue, and I've been helping out part-time. With the character tokens gone, everyone finally gets to be themselves. Why do you have to pretend to be someone else again? It's not the same at all. Back then, the character tokens rotated on a fixed schedule. You had to act exactly like the people in line. If you slipped up, the Jihua Bureau would drag you away. But now, the scripts are written by us, so we can play however we like. Many, like me, felt a bit lost after losing their character tokens, so the scripts are a perfect way to experience life from somebody else's perspective. Taking on different roles isn't just fun. Through performing, you can learn more about yourself and even discover a kind of life you truly enjoy. It's a win-win situation. Perfect timing. I've been wanting to try this script based on my own adventures. Master Du, we'd love to join as well. Meeting again in the foreign land and getting to spend time together like this. What a rare pleasure. Perfect. We got just the right number of people for the other roles in the script. We've invited some old friends to help everyone get into character. Great. It'll be a good chance to see what everyone's been up to lately. Ahem. Now then, all you new recruits of the Jihua Bureau, please get ready. As the eternal night fades, Shi Gandan's wicked heart refuses to rest. He plots to destroy the sun. Jihua Bureau, new recruits Nikki, Momo, and Du Yubai, we're counting on you. You must stop him at all costs. Your first assignment is to find the veteran chromatic guard Nightbloom and gather top secret intelligence on Shi Gandan. The passphrase is King of Exams. So, I guess we're doing the stage awaits now, as well as this. Let's do Shadows Between the Pages first. That one I just kind of popped into, so we'll take care of this first. What happened to the voices? Why are they not talking? Like I said, there's no such thing as easy money. Getting up to the roof is one thing, but getting someone down safe and sound, that's a whole other story. Ten Yo-Yo, what happened? Nikki, Momo, you two came at just the right time. Long story short, the owner of the bookstall asked me to chase down some overdue returns. The reward was a generous pile of Wanshang coins, so I agreed to take on a little extra work. I thought it would just be a simple errand, but this borrower named Zhen wasn't home. After asking around all over, I found out she climbed up all the way to the roof of this building. And the roof was so high. What is she doing up there? Something must have scared her. She isn't thinking clearly. The way she was muttering the whole time she was climbing up, even if someone tried to call her out to her, she wouldn't respond. She might not even realize where she is right now. That makes her situation even more dangerous. What if she loses her footing? We have to get her down immediately. Of course, I just want to get her down as quickly as possible, but I do have one more concern. If we just rush in, we may end up scaring her even more. You're right, so maybe we can try talking her down first to help her calm her down. Once she's calmer, getting her down will be a lot easier. That said, Tanyayo, the moment this guy opens his mouth, things have a way of going south real fast. Alright, I'll admit. Sometimes my words can be a tad insensitive. Alright, here's the plan. I'll do the talking, and you two stay close and keep an eye on me. If I say anything she might not like, just step in and stop me. Deal? Given how things usually go, looks like Nikki and I have our work cut out for us. No problem. Come on, let's go. Alright. I didn't see anything. There's nothing like that at my house. Nothing like that at all. Now that we're away from the crowd, I can finally hear what she's saying. Unfortunately, it looks like she's in worse shape than we thought. We'll have to be careful how we approach her. I think we should start by gently getting her attention. Then I'll introduce myself first and say, I'm with the Dark Illumination Division. I'm here to help you. That sounds trustworthy enough, right? They don't have a Dark Illumination Division, though, in this place. Let's not worry about introductions right now. Tanyayo, what matters more is figuring out which words will catch her attention. I've heard that even when someone isn't fully conscious, they respond to their own name. We're trying to call their first name. Oh, and she likes reading. Good thinking. I know what to do now. Zhen, can you hear me? The owner of the bookstall asked me to come find you. Who's there? Don't come any closer. Where did you come from? That's a bit of a long story. Do you remember borrowing a book recently? I'm gonna cut in. We don't need her stressing out about a borrowed book she's got to return. Zhen's already scared. If we tell her about the book, to return a book, she might get even more terrified. We'd better take a different approach. By the way, why did the bookstall owner ask you to come find her? Well, browsing bookstalls has become a habit for me. You can find quite a few rare human classics there. The bookstall owner thinks I'm well read and we get along, so he casually asked me for a favor. Go with that. Tell Zhen you're a fellow book lover and start a conversation about the story she enjoys. The books I go for aren't the average person's cup of tea, but this method just might work. Zhen, do you remember the book you borrowed last month? As it happens, I'm the one who borrowed it right after you. Wow, you still found time to borrow books after coming to the Wanshang realm? Of course not. You read Tale of the Red Plum Blossom too? That's the one. I remember the plot had so many twists and then it just stopped at the most crucial moment. I've heard the next volume will be out soon though. Are you sure? I heard the author later drew a different character token and stopped writing altogether, so the story will never continue. It was all because the romance between the leads developed too slowly. By the time the story reached volume 7 or 8, they hadn't expressed their feelings for each other. It was so frustrating. Do you think the male lead's final wish to Chroma will come true? I'm not familiar with the story. You'll have to answer this one, Tenyo. Well... Where am I? What's happening? Help! Someone help me! I'm going to fall. I don't know what to... Stay calm, Shinjin. Don't move and you'll be fine. I'm coming to get you. Oh, chest. Ask Shinjin about the situation. Thank you, both of you, and also thanks to the Tale of the Red Plum Blossom, along with more than 200 books anonymously written by that author. It looks like you really do love books, especially romance stories. Did you hear the sudden shout from the street? Pretty frightening, right? And when the chromatic guards suddenly appeared and walked past you, that was scary too, wasn't it? As long as I'm reading a book and losing myself in other people's love romance, I can forget my fear. Since you're friends with the bookstall owner and have also read The Tale of the Red Plum Blossom, let's exchange book lists. Speaking of books, the owner mentioned something else. It seems you've held on to the latest book you've been reading for an unusually long time. Eek! Oh no! Don't worry, Zhen. He's not blaming you. Whatever happened, we'll take care of it. It's my fault for not paying attention. The day I meant to borrow a romance book, I accidentally grabbed a collection of ghost stories. I'm normally a scaredy cat, but as soon as I saw one book, I just couldn't resist opening it and reading a few pages. And after the first story about the scholar studying for his exams, I became terrified. This is getting interesting. What was the title of the book you borrowed? I think it's Under the Lantern? The book is still at my place. I'll go get it right now. I see. Nikki, could I trouble you to go with Shinjin to retrieve the book? Once you have it, meet me on Lantern Street. What about you? I remembered a series of books I read before, which, like The Tale of the Red Plum Blossom, the author stopped writing halfway through. With so many strange and rare things in one genre, there might be a sequel here that the rest of the world hasn't discovered yet. Why are you acting all mysterious? If you don't want to go, just say so. You're not scared, are you? Now, I'm really curious about those ghost stories. I have to see them for myself. Thank you. Even without my books, having you here with me makes me feel a little less scared. The way home is this way. Hold on, Shinjin. Never forget. I think I'm okay staying out here. What's wrong? Nikki, you shouldn't go neither. The book's inside. Who knows what might happen if you go in there? Huh? What are you talking about? Actually, it wasn't just the ghost stories that scared me. Last night, like I usually do, I was sitting by the table in the center of the courtyard reading a book. But when I was getting scared, I turned up my lantern and read the book, peeking at the pages through my fingers. Then, I got so nervous I couldn't keep reading. I paused to catch my breath. That's when I saw them. Suddenly the courtyard was filled with things that hadn't been there before. They weren't there before, I swear! I understand, Shanjan. You don't need to force yourself to remember anything else. Leave the book to us. We'll handle it. Also, I have another idea. Nikki, you're not thinking of reading the book yourself, are you? I believe fear comes from the unknown. To help Shinjin overcome her fear, we need to understand what this book is all about. So once we have it, we'll sit right here and read it together. Alrighty. Gourd. Oh, lantern. Broken lantern. Lantern's broken. Nikki, it feels pretty spooky in here. Bell. Found under the lantern 9. Bizarre storybook by an unknown author. A strange storybook obtained from Shenzhen. Its origins are unknown. There's an inland line where scholars gather. The story begins by describing a group of hardworking scholars who one day discover the content in their books doesn't match what they remember. Full of errors, nonsensical, as if eaten away by worms. Does that mean the word on the page has actually disappeared? I feel like I can barely make out the words in the book myself, too. Don't be afraid, Mama. It's just a story. Besides, there are so many of them. There's really nothing to worry about. The story then says a learned academician came to help restore the text in their books. Then it says suddenly a young boy with tied hair appeared, his expression blank. Suddenly appeared? Shenshin said that while she was reading the book, the courtyard suddenly filled with strange creatures. He neither ate nor drank and only enjoyed listening to others read. That's so strange. He doesn't seem human at all. The story then says a young scholar grew suspicious of the academician and then went to check on him in the middle of the night. Alone? That's so dangerous. I can't read anymore. Nikki, turn to the last page and tell me how it ends. Oh, she is just going fast now. Okay. At that moment, an academician happened to be staying at the inn. Hearing of their confusion, he merely smiled and said, "This is but an easy trick." He closed his door and set to work. By the next day, the texts had returned to their original form. Suddenly, a young boy with tied hair appeared, his expression blank. He neither ate nor drank and only enjoyed listening to others read. One scholar, suspicious, peeked into the academician's room at night and saw him bent over a painting. The scholars stared in disbelief. The young boy depicted in the painting was identical to the boy in the inn, perfectly lifelike. Startled, the scholar watched as the young boy in the painting suddenly turned his eyes and fixed his gaze directly upon him. Terrified, he stumbled and hit the door frame, making a noise. The academician within the room was roused by noise. In an instant, the ink on the painting vanished. Tossing aside his brush, the academician sighed. The ink spirit is aware. It can no longer be contained. The young scholar was so frightened he stumbled into the door, waking everyone inside. Immediately, the ink on the painting vanished. Nikki, something doesn't feel right. You should stop reading. The academician put down his long brush, and with a sigh, he said, "The ink spirit is aware. It can no longer be contained." Wah! Nikki, stop reading! Ghosts! Huh? This place is really haunted, just like Shenshin said. Those things, they appeared out of nowhere. Don't be afraid, Momo. I'm here. As long as we're together, we can get the bottom of what's going on here. You're right. If we stay together, I can face my fears too. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Let's get a closer look. Oh, it's you. It's you! Wait, you're not some ink-drunk spirit. And you do eat and drink, right? Stop saying that! You can finally breathe easy. We figured everything out. Those things that suddenly appeared, they were just some Essling-looking creatures. They weren't ghosts. You mean reading the book actually attracts Esslings? Don't be scared. I already used my Shadow Shatter ability to drive them away. They weren't real Esslings, just lookalikes that often disguise themselves as everyday objects and occasionally cause trouble. Stories in that book were very well written. Who knows, maybe they just wanted to listen too. They like listening to stories? When you put it that way, they don't sound scary at all. Thank you. However, could I ask one more favor of you? If I keep the book with me, I'm afraid I won't be able to keep reading for more. The more I tell myself not to think about it, the harder it is to hold back. I understand. We were planning on meeting up with Tanyayo anyway, and finding out what he was busy doing. We can return the book for you. Thank you so much. You're truly a lifesaver. Oh, and by the way, from my place to Lantern Street, you could easily read about 20 pages of the book. Just watch your step. There are some rocks around the corners, and every now and then, a jade hopper might leap out of the grass and startle you. Be careful, Nikki. Alright, let's go meet up with Tanyayo. Lending sales, record sales, storage inventory. Alright, I've checked them all. Luckily, all the books I've written, only that one ended up in the one-shot run. That book was pretty terrifying, don't you think, Nikki? Yes. Tanyayo, it's a shame you didn't come read it with us. Judging from your reactions, I'd say the author of this is quite talented. So Nikki, Momo, did you manage to retrieve it? Everything went smoothly. The only problem is, the author didn't finish the story. They left the ending vague and mysterious, letting readers ponder and imagine for themselves. There's nothing really to ponder. It's probably just the author got lazy and didn't finish the story. I often wander through bookstores and see all kinds of misprints and slip-ups by authors, yet people end up praising them as strokes of sheer genius. Well, what a coincidence. That series of books you were looking for, did the author get lazy and leave those unfinished too? Well, there's no sequel to be found here in the one-shot realm. But if you keep on hearing the spooky story, I can tell you one. It's a dream I once had. We're all ears. It's a simple story, really. I once dreamed that I was an entity born of ink. Trying to read, Tanyayo, you're speaking too fast. I worked diligently without complaint, only to realize in the end that everything amounted to nothing more than a handful of lines written by someone else. The moment I woke, everything I experienced, every love, grudge, kindness, and resentment faded like ink washed from a brush, its traces dispersing into nothing. This is supposed to be a spooky story? No, not the dream itself, no. What lingers is the question that's left behind. Have I truly awakened from that dream? And how can any of us be certain that this world, heaven, earth, you and me, aren't simply just characters from the same story? Way to break the fourth wall, Tanyayo. Way to break the fourth wall. If we're all just characters in the story, wouldn't it be frightening as he looks directly at the camera, looking at us like he's gazing through our soul, burning that into our brains that he is breaking the fourth wall in this very minute? Tanyayo, could it be that it's thoughts like these that leave you looking so dreary and unmotivated? What are you talking about? I take my job at the Dark Elimination Division seriously. When it comes to subduing certain kinds of Esslings, I never cut corners. Well, whether it's frightening or not, you really know the answer. in your heart. Besides, plenty of stories are left unfinished. Didn't we just hear about 2, no 3 authors who abandoned their stories midway, leaving them for others to interpret and carry on? Come on, I already said it was a dream. You didn't find it scary at all? And why are you getting so serious about it? Never mind. I knew my musings wouldn't faze you. Besides, I'm sure you already have your own answer. In any case, thank you both for your help. I'll take care of returning the book. Okay, we'll continue exploring Kaye. Or is it Chaye? It won't matter how many S-lings. What? It won't matter how many S-lings you attract. You're not getting away. Come back with me to the Dark Elimination Division. Huh? Maybe we can buy some one-shine records and keep trying to until I pull a new style. Okay, Shadows Between the Pages is complete. I am not going to Floor Witch. Here we go, and we'll do Stage Awaits as well. That'll be the next quest. As always, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, please subscribe, and join me for more Infinity Nikki.